Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Nintendo's weird obsession recently with making digital releases limited time. And yeah, I'm a little bit late to this discussion, but you know what, I want to talk about it because it's something I've been thinking about for a little while. If you don't know, recently Nintendo have been putting these weird sort of timed releases for digital editions of games on the eShop. We have had Super Mario 3D All-Stars, we have had Super Mario 35, and we now more recently have the remake of the original Fire Emblem. I believe it's Shadow Dragon, sorry. And that's coming to the West for the first time, and it is being localized, and it's a really cool like addition with what they're doing with all this extra content, but they're making it limited, and I believe all three of them are limited until March 31st of 2021. Now, I kind of get it with physical releases of things, especially limited editions or special editions where, you know, you make 500 copies or 1,000 copies or something in a very cool way, and first come, first serve. Not really a problem with that, where you limit it by, hey, we're only going to make these up for a year or whatever, 6 months. That's fine. But when it's a digital release, that's kind of weird. And I just think Nintendo needs to stop with this crap. It's not okay to be doing this. Like, I definitely don't like the fact that they're doing it. And it's frustrating because you don't need to put these digital releases as time releases. Like Super Mario 35, right? This is a game that you guys have seen me play on this channel a lot. And it's something that I really enjoy, but why is it being limited? You know, like, why? It doesn't need to go away. Like, I mean, are they planning on selling it? I mean, maybe they are planning on selling it, but the game's great. I'm having an absolute blast with it. I think it's a fantastic battle royale, and I can only play it until March. Like, that kind of sucks. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to play it whenever I want to play it, you know. I don't want to have to wait for it, and I don't know whether Nintendo are planning on selling it or releasing like a physical version or whatever they're planning on doing with it in time, but I really hope it's not going to go away. It's the same with 3D All-Stars. Now, I think 3D All-Stars is a bit of a con, but those are Mario games that some people just haven't played, and if you couldn't get the physical release and you have to get the digital release of this, then you've got a limited time. You've got a limited time to get that before it then disappears. It makes this weird kind of like, oh, this is very special, but I get it now, don't want to miss out. And that kind of mentality sucks. Like, some people can't afford to buy everything at once, especially at this time of year. You know, they might go, oh, I already get that, maybe I'll pick that up next year, and suddenly these games are gone, and they're like, well, I really wanted to play that, and you've forced my hand by having to buy it now. It artificially increases the value of things, and that is really shitty, and that really sucks. And I definitely don't like the fact that Nintendo have done this 3 times. The fact that they're bringing over the original NES version of Fire Emblem for, you know, a reasonable price, £5 basically, or £6. And yeah, they have added stuff to it. They've added a rewind function. They've done the translation. They've added some other little bits and bobs into it, and I'm like, you know what, you know, that seems like a reasonable price to pay for something that's actually had effort put into it. Like, I'm okay with that. But again, like, you don't need to just like make it limited unless it's coming to the SNES Online thing. In which case, just put it on the SNES Online thing. Like, it's just so many weird decisions when it comes to these kind of digital releases, and it's kind of like really frustrating to see them keep doing this. Hopefully, this is something that will stop, but the problem is Super Mario 3D All-Stars sold really well. So like 3.5 million copies in like a week or 2 weeks or whatever it was. I imagine the downloads for Super Mario 35 are really high. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, you don't want to support it because you don't want to be part of the problem, but then you become part of the problem if you get these things, and it shows that actually this style of, hey, this is limited time, actually works. And yeah, it sucks. I don't want to see more of it. I'm like, no, this isn't okay. I'd hate it if they started doing it with more games. We've got like the Zelda anniversary next year, so we're kind of assuming that Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever it's called is going to be out. You know, they're going to go, hey, we're going to put a little Zelda collection together as well. Here's free 3D Zelda games. Here's Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and I don't know, Twilight Princess or something. and they're gonna go, yep, and you can get it for 6 months. It's like, why? You don't need to do that. Like, maybe the physical release, like, I kind of get the physical side of it. It doesn't bother me so much, because I'm like, well, you know, I can still get it digitally when I want it. You know, if I want, you know, maybe I want those games separate, I don't know. But, like, the fact that Nintendo are essentially going, hey, you've got it this amount of time to get it in. If you don't get it, you know, you're going to be missing out on it. And it's like, it's just really anti-consumer to do that, because that's, to me, that's money on the table. 3D All-Stars is what, £40, £50, £40 or something in the UK. Like, I don't know how much it is in dollars, probably about $60 or something. By taking that away, anyone who gets a Switch later past March 31st can no longer buy that. Like, now people are sort of saying that potentially they might split those games up, and in the long run, yeah, they probably make more money from that. But it just seems like you're literally taking it away for the sake of taking it away, and that makes no sense to me. All three of these like games that are limited, I'm sure there might be more stuff that is as well, but like, it's different when it's physical goods versus digital things, and I think that's where it really doesn't sit well with me. You know, it's like me going, you know, I'm a big Smash Brothers fan, and they're like, oh, for a limited time you can get this character, and then once, if you don't get it, you're gone. Oh, plus the character costs like double the price or something, you know, or it costs more because it comes with like these extra things. It's like, it just sucks. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Now, luckily, I feel like with Smash, that's not something that's going to happen, but it's definitely possible to try and drum up hype for people. It's like, well, that kind of attitude, like I was saying, you better get it now or you're never going to be able to get it. And it's just really shit, and it's not okay. It doesn't sit well with me, and I really hate it, and I want Nintendo to stop doing it. And I hope that going forward, that, you know, and going into next year, we will see that they will stop putting out these weird time releases. That, like I said, physical, whatever, like special editions, like limited editions, that I'm okay with, but digital, come on. Like, just leave well alone. Like, let me access these things when I want to access it. You know, it would really suck. It's like saying, like, hey, we're gonna let you buy Breath of the Wild, but you got like a year to buy it, and then it's gone. It's like, why? Why are you doing that? It's not necessary. It's yeah, it's definitely something that's been quite frustrating. I'm interested to see what Nintendo ends up doing next year that becomes limited time. Because, I mean, to be fair, I think Tetris 99 might have been limited time originally, and then obviously that stuck around. So I'm kind of hoping the same will be for Mario Bros 35. But if that goes away, I'm going to be livid. Like, that game is so good. And, yeah, I'm just really disappointed with Nintendo's kind of like this weird like attitude to certain products at the moment. It's very strange. And it's completely unnecessary in my opinion. So, fingers crossed it starts to stop. And, you know, we get the products that we want and when we want it, rather than being limited by 6 months to a year or something, because that's just not okay. But there you go, there's my quick thoughts, I guess, on the whole thing. Like, I'm not okay with it. I don't think this is ever consumer friendly, and I think Nintendo need to stop doing this. So thank you very much for watching this video. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, then hit subscribe. Links for Facebook and Twitter will be down below in the description. And until next video, I will see you then.